Hey guys, welcome back. This is another part of the D-Stash series. I was watching Crafting Mamas, and if you don't watch Crafting Mamas, you need to go watch her. Her name is Shelly, and she lives in Hawaii, but she does all this amazing art just using trash. She calls it trash. It's recyclables. Let's be fair about it. She's not a trash crafter by any means. She's excellent. But anyway, it reminded me of a book I had started a while back. So I pulled it back out. And I want to share some of it with you. I want to encourage you to do the same thing. What I was using this one for is I just threw some stuff in here, some scraps I have left. Trash, if you will. This is some of my collage papers that I make and make copies of and use in different projects. But, you know, I'm getting up in age, and I tend to forget things sometimes. So maybe about 6 months ago, I started journaling in this little book. It's just a little simple little grid book that I had picked up. And the only thing I put in here is I create some backgrounds, but I'm putting down memories of things I remember my mother, my father, my grandmother, my elders, anybody that I respected and admired in life, things they had told me. And some of them were kind of personal, so I'm not going all the way back. But this one I wrote, follow your own path, create your own imagination, bring imaginary play back to children and teach them to be individuals. And one of my teachers when I was in college said this to us. I was in creative play with a class that I took to become a teacher, and this was back in the 70s, 80s maybe. So it just goes to show you how times had already started to turn, that kids were not so much focused on just sitting down and playing. They were more focused on the little handheld games. What was the first thing that came out? Atari? I know my son had one. But, you know, kids even back then were sitting in front of video games. And it was highly stressed in this class that kids need imaginary play. They needed to become artists. They needed to deal with life situations. And sometimes they just need it for an outlet. So if your kids are always on video games or always sitting in front of the TV, make them some paper dolls. Give them some pictures to cut out and glue into a book. Do something that gets them thinking and imagining life some other way other than just with electronics. But Nicholas is 3 now, and I could sit all day unless he's got these little people, and he plays with his cars and his trucks with them. He built a fort for them with his little table and chairs. He'll put a blanket or something over it, and he'll have them go in and out, and he is talking nonstop. And imaginative play is what got this child talking and increasing his vocabulary and improving his speech pattern. So I highly recommend it for all children. On the next page is this old lady with a mama and a baby cow. And most of these pictures came out of magazines. Some came out of advertisements that came in the mail. It says, love all creatures, big and small. And, of course, that's from Sunday school. There's a little girl in a mason jar digging in a garden, and it says, Grandpa's Farm 2019. But I remember this distinctly. My dad always had a huge garden, and my mother was raised, well, back when she was a child, it was a farm. It says, teach a child to not only feed itself with a fork, but to grow food to fill the spoon. So in other words, you can hand your children silverware and teach them to eat politely with it. But unless you teach them to grow some food from very early age, let them start planting some seeds and have their own little, if nothing but a container garden, and grow some tomatoes. You know, you don't know which way this world is going. Teach those children how to survive and how to grow some tomatoes, maybe some pole beans, and You know, it's cheap. It'll feed you for a while. There's a lot of foods you can regrow from things you buy in the grocery store. Go on YouTube and look for regrow food from the store. I mean, there's millions of videos on it. But teach your children to survive. This one says you can look at something and see it for what it is. So we look at this lantern and we see, oh, that's cute. That's a really cute lantern. Somebody did a good job making that. But you never truly see it until you see it through the eyes of others. And the expression of this cat just struck me, because it's in awe of how the light is shining through the stars and the reflection from the red. And, you know, anything you look at, you can say, well, yeah, okay, that's fine. And I'm seeing that a lot, especially on YouTube. People will leave rude comments to people and say, well, that's not very good. Well, maybe not to them, but to maybe 100 others, it's great. So not everybody sees everything the same way. And here it says, shine your light on others and help them shine. That was my mother's favorite thing to tell us growing up, is you never try to outshine anyone else. You shine your light and share with others and help lift them up. Help them to shine. Some people may not have as much confidence. Some people may feel like, you know, I have seen so much work. People will send me a picture of something and say it's not good, but can you give me any pointers? And I look at it and think, well, why am I going to give you pointers that's better than mine? Because that's the way I see it. I love their work. So I don't know why they're looking for pointers. But, you know, I'll tell them, I can't give you any pointers. I can't improve on your work. Because to me, it's beautiful. And I think it's great the way it is. But, you know, people just lack confidence. And a lot of it has to do with the nitty-petty stuff that goes on with, you know, people backstabbing and tearing others down. But ignore it. If you love it, it's great. Somebody else is going to love it too. And sure, there'll be those that don't like it, but, you know, that's their choice. And then snack time sharing. Sharing is something that, well, I was the youngest of a house full of kids, so, you know, you had to share. But it says, whatever you have, half will keep you going, and half will get someone else going. And that is the motto my grandmother lived by. Anything you have in life, you only need half of it. You're going to keep going. You're going to survive on half. If you have one piece of bread, and you divide it in half and give it to a hungry person, you've had half and they've had half, and you both have something in your stomach. Neither one of you are going to fade away because you both had something. And everybody needs to start learning to live by that motto. You know, I can't force people to help others. I can't force people to be kind to others. I can't force people to do anything. All I can do is share the wisdom of my parents and grandparents and important people in my life that taught me how I want to be, how I would like to see more people in the world be. So, you know, all this hoarding that's going on now really is more significant than ever to this little saying from my grandmother, because what are you going to do with it? People are not going to pay $80 on eBay for a roll of toilet paper. Why would they? They don't need to. Heck, I'd tear a page out of this book and use it first. I mean, yeah, it's a let up now. The toilet paper's back on the shelves, but it showed how people really are me when that happened. So remember, anything you have, you only need half of it. If you have a whole loaf of bread and your neighbor next door with 5 kids has no bread at all, give her half a loaf of that bread. You're not going to starve. If you have a bag of flour and things that she can use to make biscuits and gravy for her kids with, keep your bread and give her the flour and the things to make biscuits and gravy with. You know, just help each other out and we're all going to be okay. And unless we do start thinking of each other and helping each other, none of us will be okay. So I guess this will kind of change and replace my gratitude journal. I'm still working in it, but things have gotten, with the COVID-19, things have gotten very personal in it, so I'm not sharing that part. But, yeah, and, some of the things in front of this one are very personal, so I'm not sharing that either. But these are things that I feel like everybody can benefit from hearing. And I hope you'll take it with a grain of salt, and, don't send me any hate mail, whatever, because if you don't like it, scroll on by, keep going, it's not for you. Okay, I'm fine by that. But if it will help you, think about it. Write down everything you heard me say. Put it on a sticky note and put it around your house. And live by it. Because I certainly do try to. Okay, guys, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.